What's up, everybody? How is it going? Welcome to Wrestling Memories, our version, the Horny Goats version of the Monday Night Wars. We left off last week after Fall Brawl War Games pay-per-view, in which there was one really long fucking match.
Sorry.
You're lucky I had you muted on that. One long match, and then another stupid match, and then another stupid match after that, and then Ric Flair and Arn Anderson, and then the main event, which was essentially a squash match.
Ric Flair?
Ric Flair and Arn Anderson.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it everything like a Ric Flair move?
Yes, so drink.
So the first match that we had was Flying Brian Pillman versus fucking. Let me introduce everybody else first. I have Gina, Trek, Canadian Basement,
Fuck me.
Bobbit, and we have Dory with us as well. I know that she likes these retro type style shows. Is that correct?
Oh, you better believe it.
Okay, so
I hate you all.
I did not hear a word you just said. Good talk. Anyway. So we watched Fall Brawl last week, and
Why?
it was the first match was shit. It didn't get out of
First gear.
it was in neutral the whole fucking time. And then when they decided to get into second gear, they had to extend the match just to get it into that second gear. We love you, Bobbit. So I know basement.
Hieroglyphics? What?
I know basement thinks it was a fucking 7-star classic, but
Really?
In all honesty, it was, man. It went 20 minutes, and then it went another 20 minutes, and then I'm pretty sure it went the third 20 minutes. How could it be bad?
But that match in itself, the winner, and they actually were fighting over something. Like you see WWE today where they're like, what are these guys fighting over? That match, whoever won that match gets a shot at Sting, who is the U.S. champion at the time or right now, during this show. It was
Moment.
for the worker that Brian Pillman is or was. I couldn't give two absolute shits about the match. Johnny V. Bad, he's okay, but I wouldn't put a world championship on him. I'll tell you that much.
I don't think they ever did.
No, they did. They put the U.S. title on him.
They put Sable on him.
They put Sable.
Do I sound better now? My fucking OneDrive decided, oh, hey, I'm on update.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
You sound much better.
Okay, I still hate you all, though.
Well, fuck you too.
We love you, Bobbit.
We love you, Bobbit. You know it.
I don't feel the love, damn it.
Well, go.
I'm sorry.
Fucking
We
hug
were
it in. I
in
don't
a
know.
conversation when. All right. We were in a conversation before the fucking call started. If you would have waited, we would have fucking said hello. Fucking whiny little.
I was waiting.
Now you're bitching about it though.
Anyways, we're live,
I
guys.
didn't
This
like
live-ish.
Like
Ish.
But anyway,
Tape.
We're
I
in a
know
pre-recorded.
I know Dory has. I'm not going to start over. I know
Wow.
Dory. If you haven't watched Fall Brawl 1995, go back and watch it, and you'll see what we mean. No, I'm talking
I
to
have
Dory.
before.
And then the next match was Sergeant Pittman versus Cobra. That was just the fucking waste of time. That's something WWE do. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah. Except they wouldn't have him come down from the ceiling.
No, that's true. They wouldn't. Not anymore. I don't remember what the other match. Oh, it was a tag team match. Actually, no, that match wasn't too bad. The Harlem Heat versus Bunkhouse Buck and Dirty Dick Slater. It's actually pretty good. And all the matches that are in the description, not on this one, but in the one that we did from last week. So go check them out. You'll see all the matches. And then I think Ric Flair versus Arn Anderson was next. Really good match. It would, and I labeled it as the match that nobody ever thought they would see, and we did, and I enjoyed it. It's typical Ric Flair match, but Ric Flair's works great with anybody. Worked great with anybody, as well as Arn Anderson. And then the main event.
Before you move on, I just want to say about that match. The one thing that I really liked is they did kind of book it as that match nobody ever thought would happen, but it was such a big deal that they also had a lot of the roster that weren't involved in any of the build come out and sit in with the fans and watch the show, which kind of built it up even bigger without even doing that much.
They don't even do that. Like AJ Styles versus Shinsuke at WrestleMania probably would have been one of those matches. Hey, we're gonna have, and if they would have done it right, they would have had everybody there sitting there watching this match. I would have done it. That's what I would have done if I was booking it. But they didn't do it, so hashtag fuck them. Then we got the main event, and actually going back. Bless you, my child.
Sorry.
Sorry. Going
Stop
back
playing
to that,
Doki Doki, man.
if you look at some of the superstars or wrestlers that they had sitting there, Alex Wright and Eddie Guerrero had a dark match earlier on in the night, and they were sitting there talking to each other, and you could see Eddie Guerrero mum the words, "Watch what happens." I enjoyed that match. I think that was probably the match of the night. The way it was built, the way that the storytelling that was done in that match. Like I said, if you have not seen it, go back and watch it. Watch along with us as we talk about it. Even though I think we pretty much just talked through that pay-per-view. I mean, we talked about pay-per-view. And then we got the main event. Holy shit. We got the main event, which is the Hulkamaniacs versus the Dungeon of Doom. And that match was booked like shit. Except for at the end, Hulk Hogan, the Giant, or Paul White, as we know him, or the Big Show, as we all know him today, broke Hulk Hogan's neck. So they're advancing their story, and what we're going to see is the aftermath. And this is the way shows after pay-per-views used to go. And even Raw did it back then. You would see the aftermath, and then they would build to the next pay-per-view. So we're going to watch September 18th, 1995, Monday Nitro after Fall Brawl War Games. We're on zeros, so you don't have to, hey, what's the timestamp? Unless my internet goes wonky on me. But
what's the timestamp? I'm kidding.
I'm going to fucking stab you in the throat.
Come on!
Oh my god. Round one. Ding.
So, is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And we'll do it on go. I'll count backwards from 3 or whatever. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Yay.
And we get the
Ominous.
opening. I like the opening.
Yeah, this one's a really good one.
Opening's terrible.
I'm not going to lie. I absolutely hate everything that has been going on with WCW right now. Poor basement.
You're gonna really hate this.
Oh God, no.
Pyro. My heart.
I don't see what the big fucking deal is with Pyro.
Me
I really
neither.
don't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can understand it with certain entrances, but otherwise, get the fuck over it. It's gone.
It adds to the fanfare, I'll say.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but you guys also have to remember that like a lot more programs are becoming a lot more like inclusive as far as like people with autism and stuff coming to the show.
Weren't.
So they have sensory issues. So what are you supposed to do if you have a child that has sensory issues?
Well, then they have all these flashing lights as well, so that's even worse.
There's the fucking dog.
Yes, my favorite.
Oh my God, it's so cute.
Yeah,
That's little hat. Oh my God, it's so
Oh, I can
cute.
see it now. This show is going to revolve around the dog. Everybody's going to be talking about the dog.
Even though the dog's
Oh my God,
dead by now.
I need it. Like, I need this dog, and I need its little hat. It's so fucking cute.
I think
Does
the
it
dog
have
was
boots?
dead back then.
Does it have little boots? Because if it has little boots, I'm gonna die.
I don't think he has legs.
I feel so
He
bad
has
for Heenan
legs.
at this
I
point.
think it's dead, Gina.
He
Oh my
does.
God,
He's a
no,
chihuahua.
that's
He
not-
has legs. They're just matchsticks.
Oh my God, they're starting with the
Oh
man.
my gosh. Big Show in a singlet. I forgot about this.
The
How the
giant
fuck
and
did he
the
fit in the
giant.
back of that ambulance?
Oh, he got into the back of the ambulance.
You know what? Like Big Show
Shut
looked
up.
good back then.
hmm He's slimmer now than he was actually there, which blows my mind.
The giant and Kevin Sullivan. This
Jesus
is the
Christ,
Dungeon
like-
of Doom.
One of his fingers is like the size of the average penis. What the fuck?
His
That's not-
finger. Look at his
Finger fuck 10
fingers.
people at
Look
once.
His fingers
Tina's
are
10
almost,
inches? What?
His fingers are almost as big as that microphone.
I mean, yowie wowie.
It's so
What?
funny hearing his voice, right? Like, it's, you can tell where they were trying to, no. Just no.
All I can say is I would have had sex with Big Show at this time.
It looks like
I
he's
think
got
he was really
spaghetti
young
in his head.
here, too. Wasn't he only like 24 here? Like, was he
Something
in
like that, yeah.
the 20s?
The story that they were telling here, if I remember correctly, and they do it at Hog Wild, I think, is the story of he's Andre the Giant's son.
Oh, okay. How did they get away with that, though? Like, rights-wise? Like, you think?
Say it again.
Like, you would think that they would have to have, like his permission to even say something like that on TV.
He was dead at this
He
point.
was dead at that point. Doesn't matter.
I feel so
I'll
bad
worry
for
about you, Gina.
What?
I'll worry about you.
Why?
You just said you would have sex with a Big Show back then.
I mean,
I would too.
he was kind of cute.
I'll worry about
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
too.
you guys.
Oh,
are
here
just-
comes.
Just don't know.
Yes!
Oh,
my
shit.
favorite, tag team.
Oh my God, Bagwell.
Here comes the
Shoot me.
American males.
Oh, those
Why does
earrings.
the one on the left remind me so much of Kenny Omega?
It's Scotty Riggs and Marcus Bagwell.
Okay, but basement. Tell me that the one on the left doesn't remind you of Kenny Omega a little bit.
Not even fucking one
American.
No, I'm not
males.
talking about like ability. I'm
American
talking about
males.
appearance.
No,
It's the
not
mullet.
even one fucking bit.
I mean, a
It's
little
the
bit.
mullet.
It's the
This
mullet.
is
You're
me,
mulleting.
The girls are
mean,
going crazy.
Oh my
It's
God! Look at
Yeah.
that chick's hair. It's like
That
15
was-
feet high.
It's fucking beautiful.
Oh my God! The
He
fucking-
looks
I'm a
more.
peacock.
He looks. Who does he look like?
He looks
Takes
like
out
he's
the
killed
earrings.
at least 7 kids with his dead eyes.
Oh my God! I'm still trying to get over the peacock in the audience. I'm sorry. Like if they show her again, I'm probably going to lose my
Hey,
fucking
man. I wonder how much teasing that took.
shit.
Look at how simple. Look at how simple the fucking ramp is, or the entrance.
You know what? Like I prefer
What
the
the-
more simple ones.
Oh.
Like
It
SmackDown
is
back in the day
Harlem
with the
Heat
fist.
and the Bobby Eaton and Booker T.
So, was this before or after Scary Sherry was with them?
Scary Sherry is with them.
yeah, she's with them right now.
Yeah,
She was
Oh, there
making
she
out in
is.
the ring.
There she is. All right. I love Sherry Martel. She doesn't get enough.
There she
like,
is. They are
awesome.
the World Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, they won it at Fall Brawl.
Look at those
Or they
two wonderful
defended it.
things on her
One of those
chest.
two, I can't
No, they
remember.
won it. They beat Bunkhouse Buck and Dirty Dick Slater.
Yeah, because fucking what's his face? The Colonel Sanders was making out with her in the other ring.
Sanders. Colonel Parker.
Okay. JP, I got a question to ask you.
Yes.
God, he looks like a Ken doll.
Was his dick actually dirty?
What? Can we put a no dick talk rule?
Nope.
No penis.
Absolutely not. There's like
It probably
penises
wasn't
and
clean.
dick talk all the time on this channel.
Gina already said that about the Big Show anyway, so you can't say much.
Wait, what?
You already made a penis reference with the Giant, the Big Show, whatever it was.
Exactly. Well, I mean, look
But
at the size of his
It was
fingers.
innuendo.
I'm pretty sure he had
So-
AIDS.
Sensational
Slater.
Sherry and Colonel Robert Parker. It's not Colonel Sanders. Actually, you know, Fall Brawl, they have the 2 rings. They were making out 1 ring while the match was going on. So right now, Harlem Heat is kind of upset with Sherry, I think.
Yep.
So they was
Well,
butt fucking
paying her.
in one ring and wrestling in the other one.
Yes,
But-
Bob, that's exactly what they were fucking doing.
I
But the whole
mean,
thing is as a manager, you're paying a license to be a manager to be ringside. So like you're taking a cut of their pay. I'd be pissed too. Be like, you're
Yeah.
working on my time, bitch.
what the
He was
fuck
loving
are
it,
they
though.
wearing?
He was
Actually-
tonguing the shit out of her.
During this time, they didn't need a manager's license.
Ugh, I really wish they'd institute that again.
I don't care about it. It doesn't add anything to the storytelling. I don't.
What are
It's
they
just
wearing?
They're wearing suspenders.
But why?
they're the
Because they're
American
American
males. They're
males.
gigolos. They're Chippendales.
Like look at their best wrestling boots. They look like fancy smancy leather.
Right now, they look like they're part of a really bad mafia.
No,
They
bad
look like Magic
Chippendales.
Mike.
That's
Yeah, Chippendales.
Yeah, bad Chippendales.
Marcus Bagwell is the greatest wrestler of all time. That's all I'm gonna say.
I
He
hate
lived his persona. That's for damn sure.
I just,
Yeah,
I just
he
can't
did.
get over the fact that they both took out, like, they're taking out their earrings before they started the match. I'm like, who does that?
Shawn
I've heard
Michaels.
Years.
Ugh.
Shawn Michaels did it.
I do everything with my earrings in. I've never been like, excuse me while I take my studs out. Like,
Well, you also didn't have somebody whacking you in the side of the head repeatedly.
I used to leave my earrings in during rugby.
During what?
Rugby.
Man, if I was your opponent, I would have tried ripping your earrings out. I would have. I think that's why they took them out. It's just a gimmick thing. But that's just me. I'm an asshole like that.
Just can't get over this ref's mullet.
What a
That's pretty
sell.
awesome mullet.
Bounced up a little bit.
Don't giggle too much, basement. You'll start coughing.
I shall giggle forever.
Why do I have a feeling that the American males had butt sex before they came out to the ring?
You're probably
Well, I mean, their backs are pretty smooth.
you're probably correct on that assumption. In fact, if you watch 83 weeks, somebody actually asked that question to Eric Bischoff. They asked the question, "Hey, did the American males have butt sex before they came out to the ring?"
No comment.
No
Is Sherry
comment.
wearing like a one piece that's
Yes.
actually pants?
Yes.
Wow, I'm shocked she's wearing pants.
I really like her outfit. Like I would wear that today.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
It's a romper, right? Is that what they call it? A romper?
I-
Yeah, the rompers are in now.
I was in love
With
with her
who?
back in the day.
Oh,
JP
man, that-
likes this crazy woman, apparently.
You know what? No, I found her. I loved her. And again, at the time though, like the crazy women were in, like look at Luna Vachon. Like people had the hots for her.
I was
I
not a
did.
fan of Luna.
She looks like she's got a big wad of pubes on her head.
That was the style.
Right?
Wait,
style should
Luna
stay
was
forever.
the one that was like the China before China, right?
Medusa?
No,
The blonde
Luna
one, she
was
was like
the
massive.
the heavy metal chick.
Oh, okay, then I'm thinking of the wrong. Never mind.
Stevie Ray just tried doing a fucking swanton.
So that's the Harlem Hangover, but it was done from the top rope. I remember we had that conversation.
Really? That's what it's called?
It was called the Harlem Hangover on
Yes.
the top rope.
Pay attention. There's a sign in the crowd that says, "We want it raw."
Somebody's
The
got a
wars
sign
have
that says
begun.
"We want it raw."
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Well, I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah, I saw it.
Well, there's
Oh,
Robert
Colonel
Parker.
Colonel Sanders.
Here comes
Cheese
Colonel
mouth
Parker.
chicken.
Oh God,
Hey,
no!
Billy
He,
Gunn.
Oh
dad.
no. No, no,
You guys-
no.
his
Oh.
character reminds me of the sheriff on the Dukes of
See,
Hazzard.
here we go with this. They're making out again.
Oh,
Making
oh.
out again.
Billy Gunn's dad. I'm
I'm
telling you.
sick to my stomach. Look at
Like he is the sheriff on the Dukes of Hazzard. It's
The
just
American
taller
males
and less
beat
fat.
Harlem Heat.
Yes.
for the guy from Dallas.
Basement. We won, buddy. We won.
Yes. I want
Oh
to
my
thank
gosh.
nobody except for Bobbitt. Now let's go have butt sex.
Yes.
I just can't.
Lost butt sex.
This will advance the storyline going into Halloween Havoc, which is the next WCW pay-per-view.
Ooh. I love Halloween Havoc.
I do believe, if I remember correctly.
I feel like there's too much butt sex talk on this channel.
I
What?
just can't get over these tag teams and how smooth their backs are, man.
Say it again, Dory.
Hairless. I mean, all the tag teams back then, like, they were completely hairless. Like, it's just like, you all know you're waxing each other.
The tag teams back then are completely hairless?
Pretty much.
Their body hair.
Not all of them. Earthquake.
Their backs.
Not Earthquake.
Shark Boy. Shark Man. Shark.
I love the
whatever
ref
fuck they
looks
called
like he's, like, in pain trying to count. He's like, oh, no.
He looks like Mike Awesome's brother.
The ref reminds me of, what's his name? Danny,
Oh, my gosh. Really?
the guy from the fucking Australia commercial.
Johnny B. Bad versus Paul Orndorff is next.
Not Johnny B. Bad. Danny Trejo. I don't know. It's only Danny I can think of. I can only think of Danny Trejo.
It's the guy that plays on This Is the End.
Danny. Oh, McBride.
Yeah, he reminds me of Danny McBride, the ref did.
You're just focusing on the hair all the time.
Don't judge me.
Is it me? But like for like 3 decades, Mean Gene just looked the same. It wasn't until he went white that he looked any different.
Here comes Ric Flair. He's gonna do his woo. He's gonna elbow drop. Mean Gene's. Oh, he's wearing ring attire. We might get a fucking Ric Flair match.
Maybe just doing it so we can flash the crowd.
Back in 5 seconds.
Yeah. Just gonna flash the crowd. That's all.
Dun 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 dun.
I love his music. It's WCW did it so much better than what WWE has done.
Dory.
WCW had some
Would y'all
great
do
fucking themes.
Ric Flair about this time?
What?
He'd probably do me.
Ugh.
What'd you say?
I'm just asking who would do Ric Flair back in this time.
Never. You couldn't pay me to.
Why not?
Because he's just filthy. Think of all the women he slept with. Yeah, think about it.
I don't care.
Just means he's experienced.
Yeah, no shit.
He did. I know.
Can you just imagine him like entering the bedroom being like, woo! Like the intensity that he would have? He'd be like, man, you're exhausting.
I'm the nature boy. I'm coming everywhere.
Exactly. It'd be too much to handle.
He finishes, gets off the bed, elbow drops the fucking towel, walks out. I don't know what the fuck just happened.
I can just picture him just being like, I'm gonna walk around nude except for this one robe.
Got him.
So Ric Flair's calling out Brian Pillman right now.
I'm gonna chop you because it's one of the only 3 moves I can do at this point.
Oh, come on. Ric Flair was one of the greatest workers of all time. During this time?
Oh, really?
One of the best.
He was.
One of the best.
That. And it's also like, it's not so much his elaborate moveset. It's how he moved and how he took moves. Nobody wrestles really like Ric Flair.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Nobody else wrestles like Ric Flair. And if you read some of the reports from other wrestlers at this time, like when he went to WWE with Bret Hart, he refused to wrestle any different way than his own, and he was botching matches with Bret because he refused to bend.
And that's why I don't like Bret Hart.
But it wasn't just Bret. Like, it was other people. Like, if you didn't bend to Flair, you got a crappy match.
So he was the Zack Sabre Jr. before Zack Sabre Jr.?
Don't you say such things, Gina. Don't blaspheme on this call.
What?
Can't be blasphemy.
Wow,
It's true.
Regal's so young there.
It's Dusty Loads.
What did I blaspheme? What the fuck are you doing?
Gina blasphemed. She's blaspheming everywhere.
What did she?
You said Zack Sabre Jr. is Ric Flair.
No, I said
no.
Dory said that he wouldn't bend for anybody, so I said, "Oh, he was the Zack Sabre Jr. before there was a Zack Sabre Jr."
Oh, okay. I don't know, Ric Flair. If it wasn't for Ric Flair, Sting probably wouldn't have made it as a superstar.
I mean, Ric Flair definitely got to give him his props because, like, no matter if you liked his wrestling style or not, he was one of the guys that is responsible for bringing wrestling to where it is today.
I do. I mean, I can respect what he's done for the business, but at this point, like, I don't want to see him on TV anymore. I don't want to hear about all the women he's done. Like, now he's just a creepy old man.
Okay, so
JP, do you remember this
married,
guy's
creepy old-
promo?
He hasn't wrestled in years.
this is 1995. You got to remember, Dory.
Who is this guy?
He's
He's
amazing.
Paul Orndorff.
Mr. Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful.
Wasn't
Paul
he in the
Orndorff.
first WrestleMania?
Yep.
Yes, he was.
He's,
I
Tyler
hate him.
Breeze. He's Tyler
Why?
Breeze.
Why do you hate him?
Because I just don't like him.
You would love him if
He was
Oh,
actually-
You would
He
go,
was
go
really
back,
good, actually.
go back,
And watch,
and
Fall
watch
Brawl.
the Fall Brawl where he's talking to himself in the mirror,
and then kisses himself.
and then he
This
kisses
Giant
himself.
worm man visits him.
And this is
great.
supposed to make me love him? Like,
Do you-
what?
you-
No, Jeannie, he's actually pretty solid in the ring. Like, this is like towards the end of his career in ring, but
no,
he's actually
I'm
good.
just saying I hate his persona right now. Like, I hate his
He
character.
looks like a gigantic anus, but
Yep.
just
It's
wait.
pretty much Shawn Michaels, just not as gorgeous.
I mean,
Shawn
Shawn
Michaels was
Michaels,
never-
is, there's a
wonderful.
wonderful.
I'm trying to think of a wrestler today that reminds me of him.
I mean, his
Bobby
wrestling
Roode?
style is
Shit.
gimmick.
Bobby Roode.
No, Bobby Roode.
I don't know his in-ring style that much. Character-wise, there's
Robert.
been so many characters that came close.
It's not of the level of a Ric Flair. It's kind of he's a wrestler. Back
Well,
then
you can
he was.
you can
Mhm.
tell that like Robert Roode definitely was a mixture between Mr. Wonderful and Ric Flair
Oh, fuck
because
this guy.
like just with
Yes.
his attire and shit. Oh my God, it's Buchenhagen before Buchenhagen was a thing.
It's Mark
I
Merrill.
loved
B.
Mark
Bad.
Merrow in this gimmick. I hated what they did with him when he moved.
Hey, Mark Merrill, he follows me on Twitter. I never knew who he was.
He's actually very inspirational if you listen
Yes,
to him
he
talk.
is. He's-
See, I
Talked about
followed
that
him back
during-
because of his inspirational stuff, but
It only took for him to lose Sable to be like, I'm going to repent and enjoy my life.
Well, we talked about that actually last week.
Yeah, it was good talk.
He was in a bad way. He was,
mhm.
and he knows
fuck
it. He's not.
He's
Oh my
never shy of it.
He's
Well, he
never.
does-
He talks about it in his.
No, he does
inspirational.
inspirational
Yeah.
talks and shit
Look at
based
that
on
picture.
like
Jesus Christ.
where he was in his life.
Yeah.
No, I know, but I don't know. I just feel like he was so underutilized when they moved him that maybe that also didn't help.
I don't think he was underutilized. I think he was.
He was used a lot in WCW. It was WWE where they kind of went the wayside with him because
Well, that's
they,
But I
what
think
I
he
meant.
also went to the wayside with himself.
they wanted WWE wanted to use this gimmick for him because he worked so hard on this gimmick
Right.
himself, but because they pulled that shit with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, they couldn't do it back. So
Mhm. Well, that's what I mean. Like, I just feel like he was so much better utilized in WCW, and he had more of a gimmick where he came to WWE and just fell flat.
When he first got to WWE, they had him. They had him as the Wild Man, Mark Mural. So he was still
Yeah.
kind of this guy, but then they.
and also according to Eric Bischoff, he brought his wife when they didn't want his wife, which
Yes.
was Sable.
Well, it's also he had to change it because he fucked up his knee.
Yeah, he had to go to that boxing gimmick.
Yeah, that's the gimmick I remember, and that's the gimmick I didn't care for.
Like Trek said, he had to because his knee got fucked up.
You gotta give it to Paul Orndorff though, because at this time he must have been what, like late 40s, early 50s.
Paul Orndorff? He's
Yeah,
about
at
the
this
same
point-
age as Ric Flair, I think.
Actually, still looks in pretty good shape.
'Cause
Yeah,
he's
I mean,
wonderful.
well, he had to quit wrestling because of his shoulder. He got arthritis because I think he had his motorcycle
It's-
accident by this time.
Yes.
Oh.
He headbutted the ref. Nobody talks to Mike Awesome that way.
Nick Patrick is. It takes him forever to 3 count. I'll see you guys. Sorry, my internet shit out on me again.
Don't worry.
I'm back.
He's back.
Johnny B.
wars
Bad is
never-
climbing
see-
the rope.
What the fuck was he supposed gonna axe
JP,
handle
I
him while
am
he's on
at
the ground?
30.
I don't think so.
Or no, sorry, 21:05.
I just gotta go check on the little one. I'll be right back, guys.
Ah, you guys are
Okay.
good. 21. I'm like 5 seconds behind. not a big deal.
But that's
Eric
the thing, like,
Bischoff
if you
is the
look-
commentator for this. Right now, at this point in time, Eric Bischoff is the executive producer. He's in charge of WCW at this time. He took over.
Jesus Christ, Bobbit.
What?
Puts in the chat. Kayfabe news. It says Make-A-Wish visit goes horribly awry when Lesnar eats child.
They actually did my review last night too for the show for Monday and Tuesday.
Oh God, I was so down and out last night. I had no idea what was coming and going.
Same.
I'm actually gonna try to do a live again next week.
Okay.
I saw the. Did you see the kayfabe news about Bray Wyatt? It's like wrestler returns, gets fed up with gimmick, and breaks other wrestler's neck.
Yes.
That was terrible.
I did see.
I don't know what the fuck that was. Got hung up.
No, he tapped him on the fucking neck and he fell.
I did see. I know we're talking WCW right now, but I did see that like WWE plans to do exactly what they should be doing with Bray Wyatt, which is keeping him off of weekly television for the most part, and they're only going to have him come when he has somebody to go after.
I was disgusted with everybody on fucking social media the day after Raw. How come they didn't fucking put him on? They should put him on Raw. Why? You're gonna ruin his gimmick.
No.
You're gonna ruin.
No,
it.
and it's.
I even went to the show and I was like, I'd love to have seen him, but I'm glad they kept him off.
You know what? And according to what I read, even the like Firefly Funhouse things, those aren't going to be every week.
Good.
They're only going to be like they're because they want to keep his character spontaneous and they want to have it where like you never know when the Fiend is going to show up.
Build the mystique, please.
Yeah.
I think WWE's starting to turn the corner. It's just going to take a little.
It seems like it.
Well, they're doing with him.
Like it.
Yeah, they're doing with him like what they did with The Undertaker back when like The Undertaker originally became The Undertaker. Like you really never knew when he was going to show up, what he was going to do.
Paul Orndorff just pinned Johnny B. Bad the same way Johnny B. Bad pinned Brian Pillman.
Yeah, I think you're right. Johnny B. Bad has like a thong on, Gina.
Why are you pointing this out to me, Basement?
Getting you before you get me with that man ass.
He doesn't have a thong on. What are you talking about? He does.
When his little flaps come up.
I mean, come on, Mark Merrill. Let me see that ass.
Where'd the dog go?
I didn't see it, so it doesn't
I'm a bad man.
When you're hot, you're hot.
When you're little Richard Jr., you're little Richard Jr.
Where did the dog go?
I don't know, but they need to bring the dog back because this guy looks lost without his dog.
So it's just not the same. The little Mexican dog.
They must have John Wicked them.
Oh, God.
Oh, this is a build to Bash at the kind of they're gonna do Bash.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Do I have to watch? Do I have to be here for Bash at the Beach? Because I've already watched that and it was fucking awful.
It wasn't. It was great. Don't lie to yourself.
That's the one where they blow up the boat, right?
No.
I
think this is the one where they actually they were on the beach.
Yeah, I know. And then there's a segment. I don't know if they did like consecutive years of Bash at the Beach, but there is one Bash at the Beach where they blow up a boat. Basement knows what I'm talking about because we watched this together.
I do. I don't think it's this one though. They did several Bash at the Beaches. It's like their SummerSlam type deal.
I think that Bash at the Beach was later on.
I love how Ric Flair shows up in his wrestling shoes and knee pads.
Yeah.
Nobody can see my tiny legs.
Ric Flair's in his fucking ring attire.
That's what Basement just said.
Going for a casual stroll on the beach.
I wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
And Basement, you are correct. That's exactly why he wore his knee pads down around his shins.
because he had skinny legs. We talked about that last week.
Macho Man.
Are those supposed to be
Step into a
lips
Slim Jim.
or like bloody assholes?
I mean, I'm hoping lips.
What in the fuck is he wearing?
It's Macho Man,
Kisses.
man. Come on.
It's kisses.
Randy Savage. fucking Mean Gene.
Randy Savage.
It is the lips that are smeared. Don't get excited. They're not exploding assholes.
That's what it looks like.
I'll think what I want.
Oh God. Excuse me.
Dang it!
He looks like. Does he have like cut up streamers on him? Because that's what it
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah, it was always part of his costume.
He always.
No, but I mean, it doesn't look like they're made of cloth. It looks like they're made of streamers.
No, it's just an extension of his outfit.
Yeah, it's just
they're,
cloth. I know,
I'm
but
pretty
it
sure
looks-
are actual streamers.
Yeah, those look like because usually you can tell with his outfit that it's cloth, but this looks like streamers.
He's
I
wearing.
think it was the type of fabric they used for that one.
They're
Yeah.
curtains. It's toilet paper. Bottom line.
Live.
Do your video scope.
I mean, I don't think there is nobody that can pull off that 10-gallon hat better than Macho Man.
The what? The what?
The 10-gallon cowboy hat.
No, you're right. And the sunglasses.
Yeah.
And the exploding anuses.
Exploding anus. Exploding bloody anuses.
Corey's gonna come back and be like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
Mean Gene is fucking great.
Did he just say it's gonna be a bumpy fucking ride?
Bumpy ride.
Oh God!
Oh God, it's Puffy Shirt Lex.
Because I have my volume turned down a little bit, and so I heard it coming off of somebody else's, but it sounded like bumpy fucking ride.
I know.
Come on in here, brother.
Lex Luger is about to deliver a fucking bottle of wine to a table.
Is he related to Billy Gunn at all?
No.
Like really? Because they look like fucking twins.
I got a sick to myself.
I got a sick to myself.
I mean, is he asking him a question or?
I got a sick to myself. Oh my God, this is the worst promo work I've ever heard in my life. I'm straight up with it also. Do you also want to be the WCW
I feel like
World
Lex
Heavyweight
Luger was like, in order to cut a good promo, I just have to yell.
At this point in time, yes. Not
I
a favorite
feel
wrestler.
like he still can't cut a good promo.
Oh, right now he's like not cutting anything.
It's weird looking ears.
I want to ask you something. No, bottom line. Not going to ask you anything.
Mean Gene's getting in the middle of it.
You see this, like the announcers, this is what they're missing, or what they have been missing with the backstage announcers, because like you don't see anybody getting in the middle of it anymore.
Like someone's
Because,
like,
actual character.
You've got 5 foot 1 inch women fucking doing
Well,
the interview.
And I will say this about Michael Cole. Like, say what you want about Michael Cole now, but back in the day, he did take a lot of like. Now, granted, he was nowhere near Mean Gene level, but he did get in the middle of shit a lot. And he took his fair share of shit when he was a backstage commentator.
But you want your backstage commentators to have a character. And the WWE right now is just filled with like just attractive young women that don't actually have any character. They could potentially, but they don't give them one.
But this is what I miss about Renee Young being backstage, because like even though she was an attractive young woman who was a great commentator, she still kind of got in the mix with what was going on backstage.
Right.
She's much better backstage than she is on commentary.
Yeah.
But I'd say the same thing for Byron Saxton.
Oh God, Byron Saxton can just go eat a load of dicks.
He's actually not too bad backstage because he's got this like really goody two shoes persona.
Oh
and it
God,
works
kill me now.
Wrestlers. Hulk Hogan shows up with his motorcycle.
This is the greatest thing ever.
How is it that Hulk looks so young right here, except for when he takes his bandana off? Because then he just looks as old, like old as fuck, like always. Because he already has like a receding hairline.
We talked about this last week. How old is Hogan now?
Like 910.
So he was.
There's no numbers made up for how old he is. He's eternal.
Like 43, 44 at the time. He wasn't that old.
I feel like he's the Highlander. Ageless wonder.
I feel like his pants are like super tight with that spandex. Oh God, monster trucks. Oh God.
No, not the Hulk.
I like monster trucks.
Oh my God, excuse me. Sorry.
Did you do fart?
Nope.
The Giant.
This leads to the fucking.
I'm not gonna lie. I like that monster truck.
He should have showed up in like a Volkswagen Beetle.
Also, a World Heavyweight Championship match.
He should have showed up in a Volkswagen Beetle. Oh my God, you guys, you know who he reminds me of right here? Big Show? He reminds me of Big Cass.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Oh, by the way, I'll save that for tomorrow when we do this week in wrestling.
Look at Hogan. He's like,
What
all he has to do is get up on there and punch him.
How do you get in these things? Look how agile this guy was, though. Like when you see him.
So this is what happened after the match is over during Fall Brawl. So they're recapping what happened the night before.
Oh my God, I love how
awesome.
he just picks up the wrestler. He picks up the ref. He picks up the ref, and then he's just like,
get out of my way.
Gently sets him down. But he like gently sets him down.
Look at how agile
he
is.
Moves, for fuck's sake,
Look at this.
Oh, Hogan!
He was pretty goddamn agile for his size back then. Like, did he just start, like, did he come to WWE and just discover food, or what?
No, we talked about it on the event. It's like, I feel like he was, I mean, you look at somebody of that size, that young, because he's like 21, 22 or something here.
Yeah,
he was probably like in a mindset where nobody said no or did anything that he didn't want throughout his life for the most part.
Oh my God, he just pulled a Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, he broke his neck.
Bray Wyatt.
But like then he went to WWE and they slingshotted him back and forth between stupidity and they didn't really push him like he should have or thought he should have. So he's probably like, "Fuck it, I'm not invested either."
Yep.
Yeah. He just pulled a Bray Wyatt. Jesus fuck. I was like breaking necks.
All right. So the next match is Ric Flair versus Brian Pillman. It's the main event.
Lion Brian. I actually really like Brian Pillman Jr. I like his son.
Okay. Well, Brian Pillman Jr. was like a twinkle, was still his daddy's sperm. So can we not talk about?
Well, yeah. I was just saying I like him. Okay.
Well, I don't.
Don't you blaspheme? Don't you blaspheme?
Yeah, JP.
What?
I don't. What? Very, very, very observant, fucking Bischoff. He's in total control of his own mind. Is he? Is he really?
His haircut is killing me.
Ric Flair move drink.
This is true.
Drink it in, Gina. Drink it in.
Basement, just drink some cough medicine.
I did. I was just all over the place right now mentally.
Wait, where did you get jizz from that? Because I said drink some cough medicine.
No, I said what? I
so
think you hear what
confused.
you want.
Yeah,
Back boob.
so.
Back boob.
Basement is in control of his own mind, Gina.
Mm-hmm. If you
I could
didn't
have
know.
swore I heard something about jisms. I don't understand.
Ric
God,
Flair,
Basement, now that
the
you
man,
picked out
the
that
myth.
fucking back boob, I can't stop looking at it.
Back boob.
Me too. Why is
That's
the
the
ref
source
not
of his power.
Spot on Ric Flair's back.
Oh, whatever.
Oh God, Ric Flair move.
And the Ric Flair, that's not a Ric Flair move. The Ric Flair move would be that he misses it.
That's true. It's true.
That's a Ric Flair move.
American males. The champs now.
Yeah, they are. They're the champions.
American Male's the greatest tag team that the WCW ever seen.
I agree. I agree.
You're both fired.
I completely agree. I don't really agree with any of that stuff.
Basement, does he have ringworm on his back too?
Stop with the ringworm.
I can't help it.
No ringworm.
But the
That's
ringworm's
a
on
Ric
his
Flair
shoulder.
That's a scar.
Pillman was a little slow on that. If you seen Rick hesitated.
If you was to bust it, I wonder how much blood and pus would come out of it.
You.
Nice drop kick. Then Randy Anderson.
I tell you
What
one
is
thing,
up
there's
with
one
Pillman?
show I cannot stand, and that's that Dr. Pimple Popper bullshit.
Yeah, I can't watch that either. That's disgusting.
Ugh. Why is that even a thing?
Because people like to watch a train wreck.
I think it's the best show ever made.
I think.
Shut up, Basement.
Yeah.
I like Bobbitt's ruthlessness tonight.
Ruthless aggression era.
Well, no, I'm full heel tonight.
All because we didn't say hello to him right away when he came in the call.
Exactly.
I felt like he was on the call before I was.
I don't think. Well, we were
I
talking
didn't
anyway.
have the Skype screen on.
So he didn't say hello to me. Fucking jerk.
Well, there you go.
Now the tables have turned, Bobbit.
Basement. Everybody said hey to you, but nobody said to me.
Because I didn't have the Skype screen up.
American male.
I didn't know you were here.
Not even Trick said it, Gina.
Shame.
He might have said it. It probably came out like
Shrek.
You know I love you, Trek. I'm just playing games.
Hell, I don't even think JP said it.
I've been watching this match. It's a good match.
Ric Flair has a tiny penis.
Ric Flair move.
No, please don't pretend to hit me.
Don't hit your elders.
Runs right into the boot. Oh, here comes a Ric Flair.
Oh my God, he just stuck his fingers up Ric Flair's ass.
Here comes Ric Flair move.
He's not fully landing on his hip yet. Give it time.
So, is the fingers up the ass a normal thing?
Yeah, it's wrestling.
I mean,
Ooh. Oh,
Oh, no sold that.
that was terrible.
What?
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. They collide and just fall. Even though
I
Pillman
feel-
obviously had the momentum.
I feel like there's a giant red spot in the middle of his crotch to draw attention there.
The no land zone.
Only you would notice that, Gina.
I'm sorry.
I think he was supposed to drop him on his knee, but
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Well, I don't think Pillman should be beating Ric Flair.
no. And I agree.
Okay.
Why is that gay?
Look how fucked up his shoulder is.
What the fuck is this?
Chest.
Do you have a blood disease or something? What the fuck is that?
Blood disease? Is that how
Well,
it looks?
it looks like his veins are running black.
I feel like he just got slapped real hard last night.
Yeah.
Arn Anderson beat the living fuck out of him.
Oh yeah, I keep on forgetting that this is the night after that pay-per-view. His chipped tooth is driving me nuts.
So what I miss?
The whole show.
Flair with a chipped tooth.
Daughter had a night terror, so.
I think I figured out where Charlotte Flair got the peacock thing from. It's from her dad's hair.
No.
It's so fluffy.
All right,
It's a peacock
there goes
basement.
Ric Flair.
The peacock, you gotta let him fly, okay?
I don't think they can fly.
Basement, I'm so disappointed. We just talked about this movie last night. Or the other night, whatever time we talked last.
Peacock? I don't remember this.
Did
Traveling
they?
westbound in a red cocaine covered Prius.
Prius.
I'm so disappointed in you.
Yeah, well,
The other guy's
That's
dumbass.
Heenan didn't even really say much tonight.
I hate you. I hate you.
I know what you're talking about.
I hate you.
I know, I get you. I don't want to, but I do.
I don't get any of you, honestly.
God, Eric Bischoff looks so young.
He is.
Mid-30s.
He's in he's like mid-30s, early. Yeah, he's in his mid-30s.
Is that Disco Inferno?
Disco.
It just reminds. What the fuck is that? What the fuck
Look
is
at
that?
Kevin.
Yeah, he's fighting a giant
That is
boar.
Meng. That is Meng. And that
I feel like I want to question what the fuck you guys made me watch. Like, what was that?
Welcome
Easily
to
a 10 to 10.
Welcome to 1995 wrestling.
Oh my god, I don't want to be here.
Too bad. You're stuck. I enjoyed it. I like the storytelling so far. They're advancing their storyline. Ric Flair is saying he's the man because, well, he is. Hulk Hogan and the Giant, I think their match happens, the pay-per-view's in Detroit, so they actually have a monster truck
Match
On a
the
full
roof.
match.
Yep.
You can't even say that without laughing.
Wow.
Oh, fuck, I know this event. The monster truck bullshit?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know it.
It's almost as bad as the flatbed match that they had.
Do what?
The WWE, the flatbed match. Like, was it WWE or WCW?
No, it was
when they had
That was
the
WCW.
gold dust-
WCW.
Yeah, on the back of the truck, fighting.
We gotta
That was
give it
really
a
bad.
second. We can talk. Basement, what do you think?
I mean, I will give you that they advanced the storyline. I already have a trouble remembering what I watched. So it
It's not the cold medicine.
might be the cold medicine. I
It might
mean,
just be the fact that it sucked.
Okay, so they advanced the Hulk Hogan match without having Hulk Hogan on the pay-per-view, which is good, or on the show, which is good. They showcased the Giant a bit more. They had Lex Luger and him hype up with Macho Man, something going on. They had that gnarly beach segment where, for some reason, Ric Flair was in full ring gear.
Well, he was challenging. That's why he was going to challenge Pillman. Oh, you're talking about at the beach. At
On the
Yeah,
beach, yeah.
Sorry.
The Ric Flair Pillman match was all right. It was quick, which I'm okay with. Like, I didn't want to say it's a 45-minute show. You're not gonna be able to do these lengthy wrestling matches unless you take up the whole event. They're building towards something. Matches weren't terrible, but they weren't memorable.
Right.
I mean, if I have to give it out of 10, I'm gonna land in somewhere around a 3.5.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like, what the fuck?
No, it's fine. I mean, as far as I mean, I would give it a 5, which have been pretty consistent with what they've been doing. Again, looking at it when I was watching this. Well, I wasn't watching this at the time because I was not around at the time. I was actually in Haiti at the time this was going on. So, yeah. Actually, yes, because I had broken my ankle.
My ankle.
Hey, that's where it stems from. God damn it.
Oh God, it's a war injury. Well, not really a war injury,
No,
but it was.
no.
It's an injury from when you were a soldier, and now I can't fucking make fun of you. Fuck
No,
you.
you can go ahead. We were drunk and playing volleyball at 3 o'clock.
Okay, then it's game on.
Was it gay volleyball, JP?
What?
Was it gay volleyball?
Shut the fuck.
What?
I mean,
Bob, what did you think of the show?
Like Top Gun volleyball? Are we talking about Top
oh
Gun?
God.
Everybody's shirtless and pantsless.
Nobody can see
And there's
anybody.
actually no volleyball. You're just pounding each other on the beach.
Nobody can see anybody. That's why I broke my ankle.
I thought the show was okay. I'm glad me and Basement are tag team champions. Yeah.
You're so fucking weird.
Sorry,
Alright.
guys. I gotta go.
Okay.
Okay, Dory.
Have a good night.
Night, Dory.
Okay, good night.
No, GP, you're the weird one, Mr. Gay Volleyball.
Oh my god.
Well, they hot potatoed the title, but they had the storyline, no matter what you think of the storyline, from the night before taking place again tonight. Yep. And I'm assuming it's just going to lead to something. So it wasn't a hot potato for hot potato's sake. It was to build up a storyline between those two teams.
Yep.
Which is okay. Like, they did build storyline, and they did look back at how, like you said, that match ended the same way as the other match did last night. So there's a bit more continuity than I'm giving them credit for. So yeah, I could see a 5 out of 10. I'm still gonna stick. I'll bump it up to a 4.
That's fine. I mean, it wasn't great. I mean, the best match of the night was Ric Flair versus fucking Brian Pillman. But I'm not saying that just because I'm a Ric Flair mark. I'm just saying what other match was better. So, Gina, what did you think?
Solid 3.75.
3.75. Fair enough.
I mean, it built up the storylines and stuff. It's just I'm not invested yet. So
I got a legit question for you. I'm not trying to be mean. How can you like Zack Sabre Jr. if you don't like this kind of wrestling? I'm being
because like Zack Sabre Jr. is a technical fucking genius. Though, like I think that once like Eddie Guerrero and like what's his name, Dean Malenko, like once those guys start coming around, then like I'll probably get a little bit more into it. But like right now, I mean, you gotta remember this is only like I watched like 2.5 shows with you guys, so I'm not invested yet.
They're there already.
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't seen them, so I'm not like fully invested.
If you would have watched the first show, you would have been.
Well, I'm sorry, I fell asleep that night. Okay, so
you would have seen Jushin Thunder Liger / Chris Jericho.
Yes.
She was there for that match.
Yeah, I was there for that match because I remember us talking about Chris Jericho because I never knew that like
at the Mall of America.
Played, I never knew that he played Jushin Thunder Liger back then.
Yeah, JP. God.
Shut the fuck up, Bobbit.
Uh-uh.
So, that being said, That being said, I'm already sitting at. I'm going into Raw right now. We're gonna watch
September
Raw.
18th, 95, right?
Wait. Where do I find this?
Under
Go to
Raw.
Raw.
Well, where's that at?
You have
Raw.
to.
Raw.
You have to go to that fucking menu.
In ring.
No. It's
Just
actually
under Raw.
it's just under
Oh,
Raw.
I see it. Okay. So 1995. I hate this new network.
Gina.
Shut up! I'm getting there.
Actually, I'm kind of starting to like it. I can navigate it better. And I don't.
September 18th, though, right? Is the date?
Yes, September. It's the same day. And this is the last show where Nitro comes on first, and then Raw comes on. Next week, Smack Nitro actually comes on at the exact same time as Raw does.
So you mean the week
know.
after?
Next week, yes.
Oh God, my nose itches. All right, I'm there.
This week we gotta do the pay-per-view.
Yeah, no, oh my God, Bobby, you're missing.
Bobby,
what I'm
he's
saying.
talking about the shows, like that, yeah.
My bad.
You should.
Mama.
Okay.
It's all Trick's fault.
That's fine.
Oh, fuck you.
I will.
I love it.
Right.
When and where?
The only time
Who's all-
that you
who's
hear
all
Trek
there?
words,
Who's
fuck
already-
you.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Ready.
So last week on Raw, I can't remember what happened.
There was
we
an
didn't watch.
incident
We did.
between
We did.
Razor
That was
Ramon
2
and
weeks
123
ago.
Kid. I remember that.
What's that?
There was an incident between Razor Ramon and 123 Kid that's
Oh
leading to the
yeah.
match that
We're gonna have that story because that actually, it's the caption says on this edition of Monday Night Raw, the 123 Kid and Razor Ramon look to settle their differences in a one-on-one matchup. So we're gonna get that match. I don't know if it. Usually the way Raw did their things is they did their big matches at the beginning and then they just jobber, and then they did a little promo thing at the end. They had promos in between, but it wasn't like 20-minute fucking promos. It was like quick 3-minute Vince McMahon interviews with the fucking superstars. So
I'm pretty sure Shawn Michaels defended his IC championship.
Actually, I think Jeff Jarrett is the champion.
Well, there was the IC title was the title that was on the line in some way.
Okay.
Or maybe I'm fucking confusing my life.
You might be right. You could be right. I right about this time, I think Shawn Michaels had won the title off of Jeff Jarrett and Shawn Michaels were flipping the title between the two of them for some reason.
You remember that they had that backstage promo where Diesel was there, Shawn Michaels was there, and they were in a staircase?
No, I don't. Honestly,
Well.
it's all right. It's all right. If they show it, we'll see it. So we're ready to go for Raw.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. On go. Counting backwards. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh.
And
The cube of sperm.
I'm stopping recording. I'm just kidding.
It's the cube sperm. Sperm cube.
Thank you.
Or cube.
There we go.
So the British Bulldog, Razor Ramon put. Okay, so this is what happened last week. Dean Douglas. They're extending or doing a feud between Razor Ramon and Dean Douglas. 123 Kid came out to help Razor Ramon. Yeah.
And he ran back home.
God damn, does he look like his dad? Holy shit.
Who's that?
Bulldog's son. What's his name?
Henry?
David
Harry
Smith.
Smith Jr.
Yeah, there you go. I can't believe that's X-Pac. Jesus Christ. He looks so little.
I love how Razor Ramon cuts a promo. It's like one word every 10 seconds.
This is
Oh,
the
God, it's
actual D-Generation X entrance.
Oh, I thought we were just watching OJ.
No, but this is D-Generation X used this for their entrance.
Like, I'm kind of excited to watch this, I'm not gonna lie, because I haven't had a whole lot of exposure to like the original DX. I mean, I don't get me wrong, I watched it, but it was a really long time ago.
Fake fan, guys.
Shut up. It was a really long time ago, so like I have watched all of it. It's been a long time, so I'm excited to watch it again.
Well, it doesn't happen for a while.
A while.
Yeah. I'm just saying that the little segments that they're using for the opening of Monday Night Raw was used for the D-Generation X entrance.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, kid.
Yep, they're having the main event at the beginning of the show.
Oh my God, he's just so little.
Actually,
this is before he ripped his anus open.
He's eating his ass. Look at him.
Yep.
One's eating ass and the other one's eating cock.
How do you not eat ass?
Time to me.
I like eating ass.
Oh, he's crying. Don't cry.
Hey, you're trying to help Razor Ramon, but
Razor Ramon's such a dick.
He's the bad guy.
With the toothpick in his mouth all the time.
He's a bad guy, man.
Oh God, DJ Skinny Penis is here.
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Slowly sauntering to the ring.
Okay, hold on. Watch the girls lose their collective shit.
He looks like the quintessential greasy dirtbag. Yeah.
He looks like a porn star, motherfucker.
I'm gonna fix your car, and then I'm gonna fix your uterus.
Oh my God, you can tell this is like the early to mid 90s with all that fucking hair. Oh my God.
He's always been a hairy son of a bitch, though.
No, not him. Girls.
Fucking perms galore.
Yes. I don't remember 1995 being quite this bad, but then again, I was little then, so I don't know.
1995 was glorious.
it was an interesting year, to say the least, for me.
I had my first concert back then, motherfucker.
You what?
Yeah, motherfucker.
This is why I can't have a conversation with fucking this guy.
This is why you can't say hi to me, apparently, motherfucker.
Oh my God. Yeah. Whatever. Huh?
The one thing I do notice immediately is that I just felt like at this point in time, Raw had a bit quicker wrestling in ring.
Yes.
And it's because they didn't have, like, WCW kind of had ownership over all the older talent.
Yes. Agreed.
They'd fall away. That was a nice move.
WWE at this time was more about the wrestling than the entertainment.
Those are the times that I missed.
Not saying that they didn't have the entertainment in mind, but they did a really good mix of entertainment and wrestling. Like I said, they revolved the promos around the wrestling. They didn't revolve the wrestling around the promos, which is the way.
Oh wait, so we're not going to hear about somebody being pregnant?
No,
not yet, but soon.
Wait, what? It sounds super creepy.
Or Hebner.
Oh God, he looks like a baby.
Earl Hebner looks like a baby?
Compared to what he looks like now.
He's always looked like an old man. Born old. Benjamin Button.
That's JP disease, motherfucker.
a lot of you've seen that these two wrestled a lot around this time.
You know, like people say that Vince never, like he didn't like small guys, or like he doesn't like small guys. He's all into the big guys and stuff. But like, you know, when you say that, you got to account for like if he wasn't into the small guys, then how the fuck would 1-2-3 kid get pushed like this?
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, like there's been a lot of small guys I've gotten.
No, Rey Mysterio was pushed a lot
Well,
heavier in WCW.
I can't, not really to counter the argument. You got to remember who he was hanging out with at the time. He
was part of the big guy crew.
He was in the clique. Triple H isn't there yet, but Shawn Michaels and all them guys were hanging out, and he was part of that group. So
I feel like the argument has more to do with it's easier for like a big guy to get to the limelight than the smaller guys, because you kind of like rocket packed the guys that were huge.
Yes.
Even if they weren't great.
I'm just saying, I mean, you could counter, not really counter your argument, but more or less you could say, hey, well, I mean, he was a part of the clique, so he was going to get pushed either way. Because they were going to ensure, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash and Shawn Michaels were going to ensure that he got somewhat pushed. I mean, Shawn Michaels wasn't even that big of a guy.
No, he wasn't.
220 pounds, I think. So.
Rest hold. Rest hold for the commercial, guys.
Yeah, but not at this time. But at this time, he was down to 220 or 250. In fact, I think he was down to 215. When he first got there, he was 235. He was a big boy.
Uh-oh.
What?
I sneezed.
Oh.
Oh, God, my nose.
One, two. Fucking Vincent is 1, 2, and yes! No.
Oh, no. Basement's over there dying.
Oh my God! Why is the nun from the movie The Nun in the audience? Holy fuck! Sister Abigail, she's in the audience.
Oh, no. No, sorry.
You're not sorry, you motherfucker.
Shut the fuck up. The last time these two faced off, if you've seen the promo, 1-2-3 Kid beat Razor Ramon. There's
Earl Hebner bump.
No, Earl. $100,000 later.
This is where Dean Douglas is going to come in and.
Earl's back is broken for the 15th time in one night.
Oh, here he comes.
Is it just me, or do you watch like these old matches and you see them come in and do just like a like jump like that, and you know what they're like nowadays? So it's like, what the fuck is this? Because nowadays it's like a fucking 450 frog splash, or you know, whatever the fuck it is that Ricochet does.
630.
630 thing. Yeah, I knew it was a 600 and something.
Oh, longest 3 count in history.
I was gonna say like that's more like 6, but
and then the fans are fucking booing it. It's just typical WWE booking there.
Okay, the guy in the front row that's talking to those
Yeah,
children.
to the kid. Yeah, this is like, no, you do not do
Like,
this.
Super, super creepy.
I was in on that conversation too for some reason.
That's because it's super creepy because it's like just this white guy that's talking to 3 Hispanic kids, and it's like, why are you there? Those kids are looking at him like, who the fuck are you?
He's the enforcer.
So the 1, 2, 3 kid beats.
Oh god, what is this? The report card.
Oh god, F+.
Oh crap.
Is this similar to kind of to what they wanted Drew Gulak to do with the fucking PowerPoint shit?
It's the Firefly
Actually,
Funhouse.
this is closer to what they were trying to do with Matt Stryker.
Okay. Well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but like Matt Stryker, they wanted to do the teacher gimmick with him because he was an actual teacher, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will give Shane Douglas tons of credit. He was okay and he was good in the ring, but he's really good at promo. I loved his promo work.
I will give Shane Douglas AIDS.
Especially
the rainbow gimmick is already going.
Especially when he was in ECW. I mean, he just spoke. He hated Ric Flair. He hated Hulk Hogan. I loved his promos in.
But he was the man in ECW for a while.
He was the man in ECW.
Yeah.
I like his rainbow sequence.
Oh,
why?
Oh God,
do this to me?
no! Worst sound in the world.
Oh, here comes Kama and Tatanka, along with.
Wait, Tamatonga? What?
Yep.
Tatanka.
Oh.
Not Tamatonga.
Well, that's what I thought you said. I was like,
It's
wait.
before
what?
he became one person.
Their dad was in WCW.
Meng. Haku.
Yeah.
Yeah, Haiku. Or Why do I always call him Haiku?
Because
Haku.
He was Meng in WCW. He was the one wearing the weird looking thing.
It's the Godfather.
Yeah.
And then he was Haku in WWF.
Yeah, I know, but I always like, I don't know why, but I think it's just because proper English, I'm always like, when I say his name, it's always Haiku, and I'm like, that's not right.
Here comes Savio Vega and Spark.
I was never a fan of Savio Vega.
I feel like he has JBL face syndrome.
Who does?
I don't know, whoever this guy with the Farrah Fawcett hair is.
That's Bob Holly.
Oh, that explains a lot. Bob Holly had hair?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, yeah. Bob Holly, put me in the ring. I'll beat everybody. That's how you book me.
Oh, my God. Okay, Bob Holly with hair is weird as fuck. I don't want to see it ever again. It's weird.
What did they want to call him, though?
Thurman.
Yeah, they were going to call him Thurman Sparkplug.
Oh, God, it's weird. I don't want to see it ever again.
Look at that dance.
Viva Las Vegas. Look at Tatanka. Tatanka doing his dance. I like Tatanka when he was a babyface, how he'd come out to the ring and do the powwow dance.
Look at Savio Vega move.
And Kama is the Godfather.
Yeah.
Yep. What the fuck kind of haircut is that?
It's a penis. It's the penis head. So I want the curtains to match the drapes.
Kama had the character of the guy that was like an MMA fighter.
And he's from Street Fighter. They got the idea from Street Fighter.
No, I know they did, but I'm just saying.
Okay, Godfather gimmick was way better.
Well, yes, but it's real life because he actually owns a chain of strip clubs.
Yes.
That was terrible.
The whole train.
That comes later. Yeah, the Nation of Domination isn't too far away.
What year did The Rock come into the WWE again? I can't
He
remember.
was actually in OVW at
Right
the
now?
time.
Okay.
He shows up with the Nation, but I think they debut without him, if I recall.
No. He comes out as Rocky Maivia.
Yeah, he's rocking my Via.
He
Yeah.
dates-
Well, and they throw him into
It's
the Nation
exactly a year
not that
from
long
this
after that, I don't
Yeah.
think.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
September 96.
Okay. So we're just a little over a year away, or we're exactly a year away from his debut. Stone Cold or Stunning Steve or Ringmaster should be showing up soon as well.
The
Shows up
Nation
at
of
WcW On
Insemination.
my birthday, 1996.
So
You know
it's
what,
right
like-
around the corner.
Yeah.
You know what though? Like I will say, it's kind of nice to look back and see how like where these people like started and how they ended up morphing into the characters that we know them as today.
Right.
When you see, you look at all these guys and you realize they had like 4 different characters in the span of their career. Because Kama,
Yeah.
he started as Papa Shango.
Yeah.
And now he's Kama, and then he's going to be the Godfather, and then I forget what his name was for
Right to Censor.
Nation of Domination.
Yeah.
He was also in Right to Censor, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember his name in Right to Censor, but wasn't he the Good Father or something
I
like
think
that?
so. That sounds right.
But like Bob Holly with hair is just it's throwing me off big time.
Where are you guys at?
1819.
Whoops.
1825 now.
Okay. All right. Thank you. For some reason.
So is he supposed to be a race car driver?
Yes, that is his gimmick. They called him Sparkplug. They were gonna call him Thurman Sparkplug Holly, but he said no, you're not. So they compromised and called him Bob Sparkplug Holly.
Nice.
But he actually did drive a race car. In New
On the
York.
weekends.
Yeah.
At the local track.
Yeah.
I heard that Bob Holly's actually like an asshole when you meet him in person.
Oh, he's a fucking dickhead. I've talked
Yeah,
about
doesn't he
it.
live in like Iowa?
He lives in Dubuque.
Yeah.
His wife is a former soldier. And I actually told that story. He came in to fucking do an ID. And everybody
yeah.
was no-selling him. Like,
Yeah,
everybody should
I remember.
know who the fuck he is.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that now.
He's a fucking douchebag.
Well, he put it even further by getting the fucking giant tribal tattoo. He's got a giant tribal tattoo on his arm now. It's like, dude, it's not the 90s anymore.
Yeah, but
He
it
looks like he's,
like,
barbed
suffering-
wire while he's at it.
He looks like he's suffering from like mild case of Down syndrome.
Bob
Bob
Holly.
Holly, yeah, like with this hair, he looks like Eugene.
I will
his
say
overbite.
this. I will say this in person. He is a huge man.
Well, I
Like, his-
believe it.
His arms are bigger than my legs.
You know who I bet was like actually, well, I mean, he's dead now, but I bet Crash Holly, like, because Crash Holly was super short, but he was stacked. Like,
Mhm.
Yep.
I mean, and I'm pretty sure that the steroid use might have been what caused the heart attack at a young age.
I
I
don't
thought he was like found drugged up and dead from like actual.
Did he die of overdose or was he heart
That's
attack? I can't
Pretty
remember.
sure he overdosed.
He
Yeah, I don't
died
know.
of something very disgusting. I don't want to get into.
Yeah, he vomited and choked on his own vomit.
Yep.
It's not that disgusting. Thought it was like he swallowed his own
It's
nutsack
hard to
or
remember
something.
because like all of the ones that like died at right around like that time when they were young, it was all either drug overdoses or it was heart attacks caused from frequent drug use in their
Yep.
past. Godfather's like, "Don't touch me! Give me my hose!"
It's a fucking shit ending.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, he's lucky he didn't break his fucking neck with that move right there.
Yep.
His legs like collapsed.
Well, Kama fucked that up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he landed right at kind of on his head.
Yeah. I don't know where this is leading. I just know that they're part of the fucking $1 million corporation.
So I can obviously, I can hear, I think, because I have my volume really low, I think I hear JR.
JR is not there.
Not yet.
Who's
He's
the
over in
announcers?
WCW.
It's Vince McMahon and Jerry the King Lawler.
Why did I hear JR then? I have no idea. I
Yeah.
can barely hear it, though. That's also why. So I just assumed JR was there.
Yeah, Red Sox ball.
How were all the girls going nuts over this guy? Like, he has that toothpick in his mouth, and he sounds like he has a load of shit in his mouth.
It's because he was trying to be Latino when he's not.
Oh, God. I tell you what.
Your IB education, monk.
Well, he was trying to be Cuban, right? It's like a Scarface type character.
Yes.
Yes.
In fact, that's what the character was supposed to be.
Well, yeah,
Did
I
it?
kind of.
Razor.
God, Yokozuna.
And Mabel.
Mabel
Oh,
and
God.
Yokozuna.
The
Better
stars have
reinforce
aligned
that.
for this one.
Fucking ring is gonna collapse.
And no. They're still talking about this. This was like year WrestleMania 11 when Lawrence Taylor took on Bam Bam Bigelow.
I feel like his name would have been better if it would have been Bam Bam Gigolo.
And man, Bigelow was pretty good, man. Considering he was gigantic and couldn't move.
Who?
He moved better than he should have.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
For his size.
Bam Bam Bigelow wasn't. He was pretty agile.
For his size, yeah. It's just,
Here comes
Look,
Paul
it's this guy.
Burchill. I'm just kidding. This is Jean-Pierre Lafette, or
Jean-Pierre. I hate him already.
yep.
Uh,
Jean-Pierre Lafitte, or whatever the fuck they call him.
Jean-Pierre. Like, I hate him already. Oh my God, what the fuck is this?
This is the pirate gimmick. Before the pirate gimmick was a thing. He was Paul Burchill before Paul Burchill was Paul Burchill.
You say pirate gimmick and all I think of is Juice Robinson. Sorry.
Not even fucking close.
Sorry,
He's
not
even
sorry.
a
He's my pirate.
What
He's
in
my
the
pirate.
fuck? What kind of he's a butt pirate, if anything.
No, he was dressed as a pirate when he, like, debuted over in Japan. Not when he debuted, but after he got big.
His name is Juice Robinson, and he dresses as a pirate.
He doesn't dress like a pirate anymore.
Makes-
Now he's tie-dyed.
Makes no sense.
Shut up. You shut up. You guys already tainted Zack Sabre Jr. You're not going to taint Juice, too.
I'll take Juice wherever I fucking want to take Juice.
He'll take all the juice.
There's a jobber match.
Mm-hmm.
This is typical WWE back in the day. They didn't have a Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens or.
You know what? I think the reason why I never really got into Raw at this time was because of, I'm sorry everybody out there, but it was because of Bret Hart. Like, I've never been a big Bret Hart fan.
I was not a Bret Hart fan either. Don't feel bad, Gina. I'm with you.
I was actually never a big fan of Bret Hart either, to be honest.
Oh my God, and that's coming from a Canadian.
I know.
Oh, how dare you, Basement.
I'm sorry, it's just the way it is.
I love that, like, just because you're Canadian, you're supposed to automatically just idolize Bret Hart.
Yeah, fuck that.
I didn't hate him, but I didn't like him. I like Shawn Michaels much more than I like Bret Hart.
Yeah, same.
He had a more like that era of wrestling character. Like Bret Hart's character, kind of boring, man.
It was super boring, and that's why I never really got into it.
Not saying Bret Hart was bad, because Bret Hart has always been a really good in-ring wrestler. It's just I didn't care for his character.
Bret Hart was a good, like, technical wrestler and stuff, but I don't know. I just like his character was kind of dull for me, and I felt like, especially after the Monday Night Wars started, I felt like he just didn't do it for me. Like I didn't understand what the big draw was for him.
He wasn't that big of a draw. Eric Bischoff even talks about it. He wasn't as big of a draw as he thought he was.
Yeah.
He was more of a wrestler that was of the era right before the like mid to late
Yeah.
90s.
Mm-hmm.
That was his bread and butter, not so much what became of wrestling after that.
I mean, his best character work was during the fucking right before he left. Some of his best character work.
Right before the screw job?
Yes.
Yeah, senton from the big Paul Burchill off the top.
It's Jean-Pierre. Get it right.
Jean-Pierre Lafitte.
Yeah, 'cause this guy looks like French.
Jean-Pierre, smell my feet.
No boots, I wouldn't want to.
What's that?
No boots, I wouldn't want to.
Actually, he almost fell.
The innocent 90s. Everybody's all with their thumbs down, and oh god, you do that these days, and people are gonna be flipping you off. Time to reinforce the ring.
Is he putting the flag on him, or is the flag already on him?
Yeah, no, he put the flag on him.
Are you at a commercial?
Stop living in the past. Shawn Michaels, Owen Hart, Diesel.
Yeah. 28-20.
Hold on. Fucking Jesus. What the fuck? Hold on. God damn it. Just keep going.
We're going to do this match, and someone's going to lose. Well, no shit. What the fuck? In your house. Shout out to Heather. Favorite.
Oh my god, those poor guys having to carry him.
King Mabel.
Oh, that's Viscera.
Rest in peace, Mabel.
Damn it. Oh, give me a second.
Isn't that the same dude that plays Viscera?
Men that are no longer alive. Yeah, they're the same person.
That's so. Like, I don't think Mabel when I see him. I'm like, oh my god, it's Viscera. Where he's like humping the ring.
Well, Viscera had the white eye contact.
Look at the
like big garbage bag suit.
Fucking poor guy's struggling. I'm gonna beat this motherfucker. Is he in the ring?
This is why he can't walk properly anymore.
Look at these. Look at these guys, man. They're struggling.
I'm not getting paid enough for this shit.
I'll take it he was the king of the ring.
Yes. He was supposed to get the push.
No good.
Oh my god, Owen Hart.
All right,
hey,
have you guys had a commercial?
No, I'm at 30 on the dot.
Who's Mabel's tag team partner or whoever's with him?
Your Mabel?
His name is Mo.
Mo.
Oh, yeah, that's familiar.
Mo and Mabel.
Got milk.
So who the guy that's with Owen Hart? Not
Yokozuna? Jim Cornette?
Yokozuna, Jim Cornette. Yeah,
That's Jim Cornette. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to think because I'm like, that's the guy. What isn't that the same guy that plays like what is it, Buddy Love?
No.
Is that the same guy?
You mean
who
Brother
the fuck
Love?
plays Buddy Love? Yeah, who the hell plays him
Bruce
then? Because
Pritchard.
they look.
That's Bruce Pritchard.
That's what I was asking. That's literally what I was just asking.
Yeah. Bruce Pritchard is Brother Love.
Okay, because I just remember when he came back for the reunion and he was Brother Love and his face was so fucking red. I thought he was gonna like die right there.
Well, that's paint. He painted his face red. Yeah.
Well, thank God for that because I thought he was just gonna have a heart attack right there.
No. I'm trying to. No, they're heels. And this is a heel versus heel match.
I'll be back.
He's a heel.
I think this is a heel versus heel match.
Yes, Diesel was the face at the time.
Yo, he's like 90% ass.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, look at fucking Yokozuna and Mabel. They could fit Mabel inside of their body. Or Mo, sorry.
It kind of looks like he's dressed like an Easter egg. Easter egg.
Look at this. He's going to work on him now.
I'm thinking Owen Hart and Yokozuna win this one. But who knows?
The
American males?
American males, you know. So
American males.
they're going. That I don't know if this is their build to their next pay-per-view or not. I don't know.
I felt that they looked at Mabel and they looked at
Yes.
Yokozuna and they're like, big ticket match. We got to make it happen. Two giants.
I think Shawn Michaels versus Diesel, or no, it's Diesel versus. No, that's not it either. Never mind. I'm talking on my ass.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Diesel and Shawn versus Yoko and Owen.
Spoilers.
What?
For next week for the pay-per-view.
Okay.
And experience it in the moment, guys.
Who
Come
versus who?
Diesel and Shawn versus Owen and Yokozuna.
on. Double spoilers.
For the tag team titles?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at fucking Mabel.
I know. That kick was amazing.
He is.
Oh, we're talking trash. Wrangling ass.
Fucking Yokozuna. Do you know who Yokozuna is? Shut up, Trek.
Ooh, Yokozuna is Yokozuna.
Yeah, but do you know who he really is?
I don't know. I don't understand the question.
Do you know who he's related to?
To give you a hint. Ooh, ah.
Yep.
Oh,
Roman?
yeah? I
Yep.
didn't know that.
They're cousins.
Cool.
Yokozuna's actually an MLI.
That makes sense. He does kind of look like you can see like a bit of Rikishi in him.
Yep.
He's a former world champion.
Oh God, Mo. Fuck. He did not take that well.
Oh shit. Tim White's looking at him like, what? Oh, here we go. Here we go.
The battle
Big
of
ass versus
Now,
big
Is
ass.
this a wrestling match or a sumo match?
I was like, all right, I guess I'll leave. Fuck it.
If there was a time to fucking destroy the ring, this would have been the time.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I don't think either one of them get a big slam in, though.
I don't think either one of them could get up to the top rope.
Oh, not even just get up to the top rope. I'm just talking about slamming one another.
For Yokozuna's size, I will be legit with you. He could move a little bit.
He could work for his size. Like he's a large man.
600 pounds.
It wasn't long after this that he passed away, though.
Yeah, it wasn't that long after. He made it. He made it to another WrestleMania. I think he.
Yeah, but he didn't make it too long until 1996. And the more you see him, the more you're going to see how he's just getting worn down because of his weight.
Yeah, he can only go for so long. But I mean, like his matches with Bret Hart, he actually was able to work.
He knew how to wrestle. Well, I'll give him that. Like he did know how to wrestle, even though like his selling point was his size.
And you would think with somebody as big as Yokozuna was, he would have died of a heart attack, but no.
I don't even know what he died of.
I don't either.
Fluid in his lungs.
Oh, he had pneumonia.
Hello.
Two races with the thickest skulls, and they're attacking each other's heads.
Can anybody hear me?
Now we can.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, I've been trying to talk for the past 15 minutes.
You're on mute.
No, like I can see it's Samoa Joe any relation to them because he looks like in the face he looks like Samoa Joe.
No.
He's an Anoa'i.
He's an Anoa'i. He's related
That's
to Roman
so
Reigns.
weird because like I can see Roman in him, but like I was just looking at his face and it looks so much like Samoa Joe.
No.
Imagine all of that in a thong.
Oh God, no!
Thong,
I don't want
thong.
to.
Look at his black thing. That's him wearing a thong, but he has to wear the fucking.
So, Yokozuna didn't die of a heart attack?
No.
What did he die of?
Pneumonia.
Complications
wow.
from pneumonia, I think. Yeah, makes sense.
Basement, you got to get better. You worry me when you get sick.
It's a wonder that Yoko did have a heart attack or two, though.
Right? Just to make something clear, you did not drink the pickle juice lemonade at the
I do what I want.
Stay away from the fucking pickle juice.
But it calls to me.
Hey, it's Jim Cornette, motherfucker.
Jim Cornette was actually writing with Vince at the time.
Jim Cornette's such an asshole now, though.
What's that?
That's why quite a few times he also ended up on commentary.
No, I know that. Somebody said something here.
Oh yeah, I said Jim Cornette's such an asshole now, though.
I actually enjoy Jim Cornette.
As long as you don't talk politics. And...
I feel like he doesn't sugarcoat things, but he also thinks he's right more often than anything else.
I agree.
Well, and the thing is, when he thinks that he's right, it's like nobody else can possibly have an opinion other than his.
No, you're right. And that's because he's a liberal.
Called it. Yokozuna. Even though Trek ruined it halfway through the match, but that's okay.
God, I cannot get Samoa Joe out of my head. All I see is fucking Samoa Joe when I look at him. Owen.
I wish he would treat Samoa Joe better.
Yeah, so he is the IC champion, isn't he? Who's that?
Tag teams.
No, one's Intercontinental, the other one is US, I believe. Or WWE.
Oh.
I think one's WWE champ, the other one's IC.
He had a pulmonary edema. That's what killed him.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
Sean's got a unibrow going on.
A little bit.
He's connecting the dots.
Yeah.
God, you can tell he's like blazed out of his mind. Look at him.
Who, Sean?
Yeah.
I love pills.
Now he's like Jesus, man, and his
fucking,
eyes are
I
like
love
fucking
Jim
crossed.
Cornette's fucking attire, man. He's just great. Look at him.
We need to get you a suit like that, and you need to be him for Halloween.
Okay. Motherfuckers!
Oh my god, I could just picture JP running around right now.
Get out of my yard, you little bastards! Nationwide!
Joe like to make it look like you have the hair like him.
God, Vince McMahon has been ass deep in an Oompa Loompa.
Two dudes.
Two dudes with
You know what I
attitude.
think of two dudes, Vince McMahon? Motherfucker!
Did he just yell bonsai?
He did.
Oh, so that's what it is. It's all the titles are on the line in that one match.
Yes.
Which is
Yeah.
kind of retarded, but whatever.
Yes.
God, Vince McMahon has always had the butt chin on point.
He wears his ass on his face.
And then he makes people kiss his face. Oh my god, that.
God, he
helped
could
me.
cut a promo, though. Fucking Jim Cornette.
He looks like psychotic.
But he's so good.
And in Vince's own words, there's only ever one speed with Jim Cornette, and that's full blast.
Vince McMahon has even said that Jim Cornette is probably one of the best talkers he's ever worked with, or worked for him. I mean, the guy can just talk. He never fumbled over his fucking shit, ever. And if he did, it's because he was flustered because of what happened, and it is natural.
Oh god, Yokozuna's just like blow. What the fuck? Stop focusing
He's
on
just
him.
a blowhole.
Fucking Owen Hart shoving a fucking dildo up his ass.
I think that Yokozuna has pneumonia right now because he's like fucking spitting snot out.
Mr. Fuji.
Oh,
Mr. Fuji's just. I'm just happy to be here, man. That guy is just.
Look it. Tell me
super
that
happy.
you don't see Samoa Joe in him.
I do not.
Oh my god.
I definitely
not
see
that
more
I
Roman
don't.
in his face.
I see Sika. I see Rikishi. He grabs my bullseye.
Oh my god, Jerry the King Lawler needs to ease off the Cheeto bag. Holy fucking Christ, is this guy orange?
Look at his hair.
I just can't stand anything that's happening right now.
He's got the fucking mullet.
Fucking can't stand looking at him. Oh, the Undertaker.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Back when he didn't fight Goldberg.
Yeah, I
The
was just
British
reading a
Bulldog
little.
versus the Undertaker. The Undertaker was only like 29, I think. Well, he's what, 54 now?
Yeah.
He was working on his first hip replacement.
He's in his early 30s.
Yeah, this is only like 20 years ago.
You're gonna want to tune in next Raw. You're gonna have to.
Right?
Oh god, I was just reading a little tidbit on Samoa Joe, and his parents operated a Polynesian dance troupe. Could you picture Samoa Joe? Oh God, I can't even. I
Oh
can't
yeah,
even.
no,
Can't
you
even
said
talk.
it. It's staying now. Samoa
Samoa
Doe. Oh my god.
Samoa Dojo. So,
Ah,
all right. So I actually and we've
Raw
been
won this week.
I think Raw won this week. To be honest with you,
I agree.
Yeah, same with
I
you.
think Raw did a better job of. And two, you got to remember, it was right after a pay per view with WCW, so
Mhm.
their shows were never really. I don't know. I think that's why they moved them to 2 hours, because the shows after the pay per views never really did anything.
Yeah.
I'm going with WWE. Gina, you went with WWE. Basement.
Definitely WWE. Yeah.
Basement.
I think they both did a good job building storylines, but WWE did a better job in ring. So if I gave a 4 to 10 to Nitro, I'll give a 5, maybe a 5.5 to WWE. So WWE takes it.
So WCW takes it.
WWE.
Oh,
takes
okay.
it, he said.
I'm sorry. Bobbit.
He needs to take the plugs out of his nose.
Bobbit.
The
I
dick out of
would
his
go. I
ass.
would go the heel route, but I'm gonna go with WWF this week. They did have a better show.
Okay. Heather.
WWE.
Oh, that's right. You did say that. Trek.
Yeah, WWE was the better one this week.
So they're tied, kind of. Last week, or the last set of shows, WCW won. This week, WWE won. So
They're 1-1.
they're 1-1 essentially. The storytelling in the ring was better. The pay-per-view will tell us what essentially they did. That's the big
Okay.
payoff. Go
So
ahead.
which it's WWE pay per view next week, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
in your house.
It's I think it's just the 2-hour pay-per-view too, because in your houses were.
They were frequent.
Well, they weren't frequent.
Okay, yeah.
They weren't frequent. They were like, they only did like
They did
the
5
first
a
year. This is the first year that they did them. So like the first one was May, and then they did one in.
So it was kind of like how takeovers used to be, where it was like basically like 4 or 5 a year.
Right. They didn't do one in June because that's King of the Ring. They didn't do one in July because they built a SummerSlam. September they did one, which is this one. October, I don't think they might have done one in October. November they didn't because of Survivor Series, and then December they might have done one. So they spread them out pretty good, but they didn't do them all the time. Not in 1995. No, in 1996 they did.
Okay.
I will say I think we're gonna start seeing a trend because WCW is like kind of like, just judging from what I'm seeing, they're building their cornerstone on stars established in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
WWE seems to be building a cornerstone on stars that will become the future. I think that's going to be the crux of what we see, the difference between when we watch WCW and WWE. Just judging from this show, but also the shows prior, and also the rosters that I know of so far.
Mm-hmm. Well, in WCW right now, it just seems kind of stagnant.
Well, they have storylines going. It's just that the in ring is going to rely for a longer period of time on older style wrestling.
For me, it seems very like gimmicky at the moment. Like they have really good stars as far as like the older stars are concerned, but like I don't know. I'm not seeing much for like younger talent, like Basement was saying. So
I was talking about the in your house.
Oh, Jesus.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's never. It doesn't really for WCW. It doesn't. The wrestling doesn't really pick up.
which is why they lost the war.
No. The reason they lost the war, and we'll get into it, it wasn't the wrestling. The wrestling isn't why they lost. They
It was
allowed
the
their
storytelling. I saw that
Okay.
pay-per-view, JP, that you made me watch.
So here's the thing with WCW. With WCW, they're in ring. They let they said, okay, you have this amount of. This was another reason why WCW failed. Said, we're going to give you this amount of time. Go give us a match. They would let them go out and perform. They wouldn't tell them it wasn't choreographed bullshit like you see in WWE. They say go out
Yep.
like they do in fucking New Japan. They say go
Yeah.
out and wrestle. That's right.
Yes.
Okay, so WCW did the same thing. They said they gave them a time, and then they said go wrestle. Go
I
ahead.
have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Since we're doing this all over again, am I gonna have to be forced to sit through eventually that pay-per-view that you
Yes.
made me watch with Eric
Yep.
with fucking
Yes.
No, Vince Russo.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
I will say
you're gonna
before
be
you get
sitting
into
through
it,
Vince
'cause-
Russo during the Attitude Era.
Before you get into it, I gotta take a quick washroom break. But I will say before I go, I think if I had to like choose what kind of ruined WCW, it was their unwillingness to keep up with the times and continually push and use people that were popular, that could still be popular, but I felt like they didn't keep up with where society was and where society
Yeah.
was going,
Mm-hmm.
in favor of pushing and maintaining the stars that made wrestling popular. They're kind of like the old faithful, while WWE was kind of trying to trailblaze a new.
So they're kind of like what WWE is now,
Yes.
Yeah.
in a way. Like because WWE seems like
be
they're
right
kind of stuck in that kind of old sentimentality. I mean, they're starting to kind of get out of it now, but past few years they have been kind of stuck in that old sentimentality.
Actually, no. I think WWE now is like WWE just watched. It is.
No,
just,
I said that they're starting to change it now, but for the past few years, it seemed like they were stuck in this like old kind of rut, and like Vince wasn't he wasn't willing to change anything.
mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, like I said, I see them starting to change now, but I can definitely see like the similarities where like, and maybe it's something to do with age too, because I know like WCW was ran by like, or not ran, but it was a lot of like older wrestlers and stuff that
Mhm.
were kind of in charge, Dusty Rhodes, whatever.
Yeah.
So like they
That's
get
what I
kind of
said.
stuck in their own little way, and they're not willing to change with the times.
Right.
So I think
It
that's
was
information.
WCW, and we'll get into it. If you've watched the Monday Night Wars that WWE produces, there's so many factors. Wrestling is the least of what killed fucking WCW. Absolutely the least.
It was the wrestling. It
Nah,
was.
Again, the wrestling didn't kill it. The way they booked the matches later, yes, but it wasn't the wrestling itself. Go ahead, Heather. Say what you're gonna fucking say.
It was wrestling. It was the standards and practices. It was TBS. It was TNT. It was all of it.
It all
Wrestling,
came
no.
together for
I'm
one
still gonna
big
disagree
demise.
with the wrestling, though. Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, it all kind of culminated into like one big demise.
Yeah. There were certain wrestling matches that were good, and certain wrestling matches that were not good. They overbooked the NWO was another reason why. They
Well,
just
yeah,
wouldn't-
because that seemed
and
like that.
Basement said it best. They just wouldn't let go of the past.
Yeah.
But that being said, it's neither here nor there. So next week we will be doing In Your House
3.
3. Was it a name? Was there a name for it? Because they started
Yes,
naming
No,
them.
just-
No.
No.
It's just,
Actually, I think there was.
so hold on just a second. But it's going to be an In Your House. And the In Your House pay-per-views, they're actually giving... No, they aren't giving away a house. They gave away a house in the first one. That's why they call it In Your House. And that was...
In Your House 3, triple header.
Triple header. So it's 3 main events, I think, is why they called it triple header. So, that being said, anybody got anything else they would like to add?
I want more dog.
Wait, what?
What?
The little dog.
Oh, God. I was like, that's an odd
hate
thing
all
to
of
say.
you.
Well, we hate you
We love you too, Bobbit.
too. Somewhere down the line, Mongo, Steve McMichael, that's who that is, becomes a wrestler soon. So you won't get to be seeing the dog very much more
I don't agree with this at all.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Better be.
Anything else anybody wants to add?
No, I mean, we pretty much covered everything that we were saying. I mean, this night was more story building. How far away are we from in our house? Is that the next thing we're
the
seeing?
next thing
Yeah,
we're
that's the
doing.
thing.
Yes.
All right, they built it up a bit. It's a go home show, I guess, for them. In your house, I can't remember because it didn't have a limited release or.
Yeah, it was more like a house show essentially, to be honest with you. But they would have the championship matches and such. It wasn't built like a pay-per-view. It was a pay-per-view, but it wasn't one of those that it's a lot like the backlashes of today. Nothing really like there's very rarely were there title changes in these things. Title changes happened on Raw more often than they did it in your house. But yeah, it'll be fine. You'll be all right.
Somehow I'll make it.
Yeah, it'll be all right. So that being said, we're going to get out of here. Don't forget next week, In Your House. And that'll be the only thing that we watch. We will not watch a Nitro because it's on a Sunday. So not a Nitro, not a Raw. We're just going to be watching In Your House. So join us for that. Don't forget, This Week in Wrestling Friday on this very channel. We will be live for that. As every week. It's good times. And don't forget to check out all of the other content on the show. Tattooed Masses has a show, and then Basement and I don't know if you did upload it. Yeah, you did. Basement and I played fucking Sniper Elite 4.
That's actually live, so it's
Actually, it was live. I'm sorry. I thought it was
Oh,
recorded.
God.
I got scared shitless by a fucking bird for some reason. I don't know
I
why.
nearly woke up one day because I heard you scream like a girl.
Whatever.
We killed it, man.
Yeah, well, you killed it. I killed
Yeah,
myself.
by killed it, I think you mean yourselves, but
We had troubles. I'm not
But
going
it
to lie.
was fun. It was fun. Like I said, I'm not a first-person shooter
sorry.
person. You give me a gun in real life, winner, chicken dinner. But other than that, anybody else got anything they want to add?
Wear a condom.
Okay, fair enough.
Well,
And with that being
Fuck you all.
with that, you stop.
Yeah.
But before you fuck you all, wear a condom.
Don't do it, man. Unless you want to have kids, wear a condom.
Y'all have a great night. We'll talk to you later.
Confucius say.
Confucius say, woman who slide down banister shines.
Fuck.
I've never met